Countdown.
Mouth is dry.
Mouth is dry. Drinks coffee.
It's root
You know
beer.
what that is? Is that beer?
No,
What is that?
it's root beer.
Oh,
Did you know that
Cheap beer.
ginger is
That
a
should
root and ale is a beer? Ale is a beer, so all ginger ale is root beer, but not all root beer is ginger ale.
sassafras root or
Anyway, welcome to the Creators Lounge podcast, everybody. Today we have MilkMan again.
Ayo.
And then joining us for the second time, I think. Your second time, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, second time. Mr. President's here.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you all are doing fantastic.
And they're going to be talking about drones and photography because that's kind of their hobbies, passions, projects. I mean, how would you guys describe it? I mean, I don't really know. I suck at taking photos. So, like, how would you describe like what it is? Like, one, don't you guys both do them for like business opportunities as well?
I do. Yes. I've got my own LLC that's drone photography and videography. I don't know about MilkMan.
Yeah. I mean, Cobb Aerial Images is my digs. We call it a side gig, really. I started doing photography when I started getting into marketing maybe 5-6 years ago, and I thought, I'm going to be doing this. I ought to be able to take product photos, and so I bought myself a camera and started getting into it. Everything just rolled downhill from there.
I'm going to kind of just let you guys get the ball rolling on this whole drone stuff and photography because I personally couldn't even tell you where to begin or where to start. I don't even know how to start this conversation. So I'm going to let you guys fully take the lead and the reins on this.
All right.
I'm curious, Mr. President. So we've talked about this stuff quite a bit, maybe not quite a bit, but we had at least one fairly long conversation about it. But I never did find out, how did you get into droning?
So my whole drone path or drone career per se was when I was in the Marine Corps. I was an intelligence analyst, intelligence specialist. And one of the certifications that we got being or certifications we went through was, especially at the ground level, because I was part of an infantry battalion that eventually went down to infantry company. We were tasked with flying UAS, unmanned aerial freaking systems. And from there, once we got certified, even from the first day, it was I was hooked on it. The instructor was a former 20-year retired Marine, and he went through the history of everything. We used it's open source knowledge, public knowledge, the RQ-11 Bravo. That's a fixed wing asset that has a lot more capabilities than my little drone back there, the Air 2S. But to fast forward a little bit, after getting into that is what started me on my whole interest in drones. After getting out of the Marine Corps, I was working for Budweiser for a little bit, and I wanted to start doing my own thing. So I was thinking about it for a hobby, this and that, and for years. And when COVID happened, I was, because no one knew where the world was going at that time. I said, "You want to know what?" I said, "Screw it." I pulled the trigger, and I bought the drone you see behind me now. What I love about it is we're still in the infancy of this field per se. So there's everything from photos, videos, up to the newest thing to my knowledge that I've seen is agricultural applications where they use the drones and fly over the crops and for pesticides, watering, all that specialized needs. I know it's growing more in the U.S., but I know that, especially for DJI products, they're using that a lot in China, where they're based out of. There's so many more applications. I've seen prototypes as well for firefighting, where they have a little canister underneath them that shoots water into the building if it's a multi-story or high-rise. And then there's also ones for maybe for residential purposes where they have a hose attached to it, and they're fighting fires that way to eliminate or reduce the risk of manned personnel getting injured. On top of that, I can go on for now, but Milkman, what about you? What got you on this journey?
Well, so when I was living in Hawaii, I started thinking a lot about agricultural applications. The first experience that I really remember, like even thinking about drones, was I just happened to see a video of this one. I think it was called the Dragonflyer. They're based out of Canada. They're like a six-wing chopper, and but they were putting it to all kinds of applications, search and rescue, fires, like you mentioned. And to me, it was just like, whoa, we can do that kind of stuff. And when I found out that they were available at a consumer level, I was like, if I were to grab something like that, I had a buddy at the time that was starting a small farming business. So we used it a lot for overhead shots. We used it for surveying some parcels that he was looking at purchasing and things like that. And it just kind of, a lot of it to me became, especially in Hawaii, just seeing the beauty of everything from a completely different angle. And so I actually take more of an artistic side. Like I'm more into art photography when it comes to aerial images. That's not to say that I don't also use it for real estate photography and things like that. But sorry, I got a noise in the background there. Sounds like a toilet because it's a toilet. Hang on one second.
No worries. So, the caveat of what the caveat of what he was doing as well is that's where I'm at.
Sorry
Is
about that.
my business is photos and videos, and the gentleman I'm working for, he's just he's a landscaper. He owns his own landscaping and hardscaping company, and the projects I've done with him are from the cleanups and his mow team going along, like doing what they do and maintaining pieces of property, to him building a newly furnished patio. And there's so much application if you have that creative ingenuity. I'm not saying I'm the first. This is just, I'm trying to make it sound more appealing, because to me, I love it.
Sorry,
And for both men.
I looked over because I saw a giant flash of light. I think it was lightning. Super professional podcast we have here. I'm out here staring at lightning, and Milkman's got toilets running in the background.
It just runs and runs. Right. We had it fixed and it still runs.
I gonna be honest, I didn't hear it, and I would have never known that there was a toilet running until you said something. Had no idea.
I could hear it, and it was making it hard to hear you guys. Like, it's loud.
I don't see a headset or earphones in, so I'm assuming that we're playing through some sort of speakers.
I've got my headset next to you.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Fancy lad, huh?
I want people to see my enormous ears. You see, that's how I really got into aerial photography. Was I'm Dumbo. See, you just flap them a little bit. I take off, snap a few photos with my my little point and shoot, and then I was like, you know what? It's time for an upgrade. So I got myself a Sony, and we started doing it that way. I thought, my ears, it takes a toll on them. So I ended up buying a DJI, and
I'm not even gonna touch that one with a 10-foot stick, man. Because let me tell you, the people I used to live with, they were just like, man, you got big ass ears, man. So that's why I wear this headset. I don't have the little earbuds because they made me self conscious about my ears.
No, freaking! Wow. I've got a fat head, so I got to hide my ears as well because it's disproportionate.
You said DJI and stuff. Are those like brands of drones?
DJI is a brand. Yeah, they're the leading brand of consumer
drones. Yes.
Drones,
so DJI, as Milkman said, is the leader in the consumer space. I would say the next up would be Autel.
Autel, for sure.
They're definitely they're making some great strides. And then there's the one, in my preference, I believe the one, the third place would be Sky Duo. Sky Duo, I believe, is working on a new patented technology that
Sky Duo.
Sky Duo, yeah, they were another good consumer. Not as advanced as Autel
You-
and DJI, but
You're referring to Skydio or Skidio, or I'm not sure how it's
yeah,
pronounced.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I've never
that's
learned the
actually
proper
exactly what I
way.
was thinking. Yeah, no, they're working on technology for tracking. So they actually really
Yes,
they're really big on in like the action sports space. So
yes,
they really try to rely on their tracking technology. Obviously along with their the drone technology itself. So yeah,
yeah.
I'd say number three there.
There's a couple other. I don't want to say obscure because that'd be disrespectful, but like smaller names are in the background that have contracts with the government and one I have a family friend that works for, but theirs is more surveillance and being like waterproof and like waterproof, like great stability, like being able to traverse adverse weather, and then being unnoticeable, undetectable. Like I saved it. I want to pull it up because I
So
didn't think I'd go down. What's up?
I took the liberty of googling DJI,
Mhm.
just out of pure curiosity. My brother owns a drone, and when he came down to visit me in Florida, he actually didn't come down to visit me. It was a extended family trip that came down to Florida, and he went with them. He was invited, and I got invited out there too, since I was right in their neck of the woods where they were going for their family trip. Whatever, not important. What is important is it was right on the beach. My brother bought his drone,
Mhm.
and he finally got to mess around with it because the first time he messed around with it, he was up in the big hills in Wisconsin, and he flew his drone into a tree, so he broke it right away. And he wasn't able to mess around with it, but he was able to mess around with it on the beach, and I got to fly it for all of about 5 minutes because the battery was starting to die.
Mm.
That's like the only experience I've ever had with a drone, and it was super cool. But the thing is, I think he had a DJI after looking at this. I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, they look small enough, and they got like the four like legs that come out with the rotors and everything. And
There are a lot of knobs.
maybe
Yeah.
it's not. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you, but
You're saying that it only flew for about 5 minutes, or you only flew it for about 5 minutes?
I only flew it for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
He was out there for like maybe like 45 minutes prior to me. Yeah, so the batteries only lasted like 50 minutes to an hour.
That's really good.
That's phenomenal.
That's insane.
Oh, that's good?
Like,
Okay, I wasn't
that's
sure.
really
Mine will
good.
fly for like 25 minutes, and that's if I don't have it in unlocked in sport mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know that was good.
Yeah, no.
I see an hour like battery time, and I'm like, that's kind of garbage. But I'm gonna take your word for it if you're saying that that's really good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to give you perspective, like the one I have back here, it's a $2,200 drone, like with the whole kit.
My God.
And it's advertised as 32-minute flight time, even in perfect conditions. Maybe if it's hovering, you'll get 25 to 30 minutes. But aside from that, like yeah, the newest one that would get close to that is the Mini 3 Pro. They just released earlier this year. And that one you have to buy, it's a separate battery that you have to buy. But it gives you up to 45 or 48 minutes, so it claims.
Right.
Yeah, he had external batteries that he could recharge. He had two of them. So he'd
Yeah.
charge one and then just plug in the other one and then you go mess around with it.
Yeah, that's what you do. I mean, you got to have, in my opinion, at least 3 batteries.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to run, an hour-long mission, probably 4, maybe 5, just to be safe.
But from
And
what
I don't
I'm
know how
seeing,
long Prez runs his for, but if you're doing like a real estate shoot, I can be flying for anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So 1 battery, 2 batteries is okay, but it's not. I don't do a lot of intensive flying when it comes to work like that. Mostly mine's just play.
can confirm what he has is a DJI. I just saw the
legal.
remote.
Like, I'm ready to say. In fact, this is something that I was hoping Prez would talk to us a little bit about. Is part 107 You said they got some changes coming up. Maybe you can explain to the layman what Part 107 is.
Yeah, explain it to
So,
me because I have no idea what you're talking about.
so the Part 107 through the FAA is your license essentially to use your drone to for commercial use for you to obtain income. Um, and it just goes over like rules, regulations, what you should know. A lot of people with the government involved, this, that, and the other thing. I do agree with this. So you don't have every Joe Schmo who buys a drone and then they fly it in a dangerous manner. One of the biggest ones is flying over people. Um, that's something they heavily cover in the Part 107 because God forbid you are flying this and you have a malfunction or you get a gust of wind, whatever it may be, falls out of the sky. The drone I have is over 500 grams. So that thing falls out of the sky, hits someone. If it's at 350 feet up, because you have in a unrestricted airspace, you can be up to 400 feet. Um, if it falls just even 50 feet below that, you can kill someone or severely injure them.
Yeah, and when it comes to flying over people, it's even more strict. I mean, you have to have additional
Yes.
permissions. It's not even just as simple.
Exa-
Like, you can get your 107 and be licensed to do it, and still
e-
can't fly over people. Like, you have to get
exactly.
permits
Your
to fly
drone
over.
has to be it has to be cleared through the FAA to fly over people. And the most recent one that has with nearly no restrictions, you still have to ask for permission, is from it's Skybee. What was it? I have them saved.
So in other words, my brother was doing some dangerous shit. Because I'm gonna tell you, there was a lot of people on that beach when we were
Yes.
flying it. There was a lot of people on that beach.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who don't really follow the rules, and I'm not. I'm not. If someone were to, the average person may or may not be flying it around people, not over people, but around people. If you were to have a friend that does that, but to fly directly over people, especially in a confined setting. Like, let's say if I were to fly at the place I work at on the side where I bartend, it's because we're the largest outlets in the world. So if I were to fly a drone over them, I would expect it to be either in compliance or have FAA roll up and be like, "Hey, what you doing there, friend?" And be like, "All right, well, you see, what had happened was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of it is a lot like having a driver's license too. It's,
yes,
obviously it can only be enforced so much, but when when it is enforced, when you are caught driving without a license, you're going to get a pretty hefty fine. When you're caught flying outside of the rules and regulations, yeah, you're going to get fined. Like your brother, for example, maybe he knows how to fly it. That's fine. Maybe he wasn't technically doing anything unsafe. Um, but again, it's regulated for a reason, just like public roads.
I can tell you
So,
this: it was safe on the beach, but can he fly it that well? I mean, I'd say no. He flew it into a tree the first time he used it, so
this leads
so
me into
it
something
wasn't like
that,
directly above people. He definitely was off, like away from them, like
yeah,
because in Florida the beaches are like sand, and then there's like almost like a dune area where it's all like grassy and stuff. So he was flying above that
okay,
where nobody was, so he wasn't directly over anybody. But the fact that he
yeah.
flew it into a tree the first time, I'd say he doesn't really know what he's doing.
So,
No shade to you, brother. Okay, if you're
Yeah.
watching this, no shade. Okay, maybe you're better now.
All the
I don't
shade.
know.
Don't worry, I'll say it for him. All the shade.
All of it.
I'm gonna get a text in a few days. He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Bro, don't be shit talking me, all right?"
Hey, you jabroni, what are you doing? Yeah. So it's the reason why I do believe if you're gonna make money off it, at least get that, or at least to fly recreationally in the U.S. You have to take your trust certification. It's a free. It's a free course that's 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how in depth you read it. It tells you one, not to fly over people, two, what airspaces there are, and then three, it's not to fly at night. because if you're flying at night, you're more or less have a commercial drone that can fly and see at night. Yeah.
Those things come with night vision or something?
So the one I'm looking at upgrading to, I believe the proper way to pronounce it is the Matrix series. It does have thermal. Like one of the cameras on it is thermal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So you see at least heat signatures.
So you should probably be clear that that particular series is no longer a consumer drone. That's considered a
Yes.
commercial drone.
No, yes, 100%. I was just leading into one of the examples to answer Senpai.
Wow.
Yep.
They're putting all this in their cameras. They can't figure out a way to make the battery last a little bit longer. Like,
So think
With
about all
that
the,
one.
the stuff that
Oh,
the
yeah.
battery goes to. I mean, the battery's powering all of that.
I mean, I get it,
Yeah.
but I mean, we got lithium now, man. Okay. I don't even know what the fuck I just said, but they advertise it in the fucking Energizer Bunny commercials and shit, so it's got to
Right.
be good.
Yeah, so like all you got to take into consideration is the drones now they auto stabilize for you. They auto focus. It's small things like that. It's a lot of people take for granted, but it takes power when you have this little thing powering all of that.
It's the transmission to your screens to actually see what's going on as well.
Oh yeah,
Well,
and
yeah,
Which
it
I don't
powers it.
know if
Yeah,
it's
this little
Bluetooth or
thing.
what, but
surprisingly small.
Yeah.
and I suppose you can't have it weigh too much. I remember you saying something a while back about drones can't weigh more than a certain amount or something like
No,
that.
no. So if it's over 249 grams, then you have to register it.
That's what it
Um,
was. Okay.
Yes, that's where the mini series was born, where all their drones are 249 grams. So you don't have to register it. You just got to take the trust and fly for safety. But caveat onto that is, if you're using it for commercial use, then you do have to register it.
Yeah. Facts.
Facts. Hashtag facts.
So you have
Now
yours
sign.
registered.
Yes, mine's registered with the FAA, and then you have to either engrave it, or imprint it, or have a label on the side of your drone that has the registration number, just like a license plate or a serial number.
You have to update that yearly?
No,
Or is it a lifetime thing? Like once it's registered, like you're good. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, once you register, I believe I got to double check it because they're always updating everything on it. But once it's registered, you're good. You just have to make sure you're checking up on the publications, because I know something big that the government has been pushing for is RFID. So there's RFID tag,
Mhm.
but
I went through all that with the Jets, man.
Yep. So I don't know. I think it was during the series finals for baseball. Someone flew it over. It was either first or third base, and it was for situations like that where if someone is exploiting it, they weren't licensed or contracted to do anything like that. They can track them. Hey, dum, what are you doing? You're putting you're causing a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions here. I just don't know.
No, you're good.
I don't know
Ask
anything
away.
about it, so.
No,
you do.
Yeah.
So how is business
yeah.
going, Perez?
Well, it's been a little difficult. Well, not difficult, but interesting, because we're getting all this wonderful snow and wonderful rain. Where,
Can't
per
wait.
the book, you're not supposed to operate it below 32 degrees, but you can probably operate it around 0. So
This man's
if
talking
someone
about
were
his
to-
000s and his 837s and his FAAs, and now he's like, fuck the temperatures, man.
Hey, what's up?
Do you ever have a hard time finding customers for your service? Because, for example, like I've gone through a lot of real estate agents, agencies, individual agents and whatnot. A lot of them are just skeptical about the need for it. But then I go to like these real estate websites, and their photos are just absolute garbage.
So that's the thing is, especially during COVID, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy a drone, and the real estate agents or agencies, they buy the drone. So I'm just going to pop it up, take it, fly it around for a second, take a few photos, post it on there. and then they don't do any editing, and then that's when you get these garbage looking photos.
Right.
That's one of the lines I give to people is, I understand you're doing this, you're doing cost savings, for you to get the most bang for your buck, but we have the experience and expertise to make that shot that much better, so you can sell it that much quicker, and probably if you can show them a quality picture with their quality tongue per se, you can sell it for that much more.
100% agree. Yeah, you got folks out there snapping photos with their phones, and yeah, I've got a little bit higher end camera and everything, but it's not the camera that ultimately
No.
makes the picture. It's getting the right shot. It's doing the post production work, and
Oh
yeah.
yeah, like the post production work. Perfect. If you're doing, I offer like photo packages of 30 to 45 photos, depending on how easy it is, and then each photo can take up to 10 to 20 minutes. Like if it's going to be that in depth, just to edit, just to make everything look that much clear, crisp, and concise.
Yeah.
You want these certain details to stick out. You want a little fade around the edges. You want this. You want that. A little bit of saturation at the right level. Hey, whatever it be.
Yep.
But and then that was some of the other things I talked about before. COVID, people were making people was like, hey, drone, the drone looks pretty cool. They were stuck inside all day. Let me buy a drone, go outside, fly it around a little bit. And people was like, want to know what? I want to fly to make some money. A lot of these people, they're just flying to make some extra beer money on top of doing whatever else they're doing, and they're watering down the market, but they're not giving the quality as well, which is where individuals like yourself and I, who are trying to combat the prices, where there's a couple groups I'm part of on Facebook, they want photos of wind turbines for the, like the wind power, where they said they'll pay you $100 to $150 to do like 100 photos and a video and inspection. It's like, no, it's not how that works. That's a couple $1,000 job. Don't know what you're talking about with that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yes.
It's a lot of time. There's a lot of risk too. I mean,
Oh,
obviously you don't have insurance on your bird, but even so, I mean, flying around utilities in general is a risk in and of itself.
That sounds like a bold move.
Yeah, bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out.
Do you know how many birds die in wind turbines every year? Imagine a drone. It just gets sucked right in.
Have you seen those videos of the drones where they get attacked by like the falcons or the eagles?
Oh, I haven't seen any.
No.
I'm gonna go look them up now. Though.
I'm on the wrong side of TikTok, man.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm on the very wrong side of TikTok. I don't see drone videos.
This is why I'm going to be late for work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Birds attacking drones.
Well, because I'm by a there's a like a bald eagle's nest a couple, let's say about 5 miles away, and then like whenever I'm practicing flying, if they're hunting or whatever, I'm afraid when I'm doing one of these that one's just gonna come in and clap it. Oh, there's it goes. Goodbye, $2,200.
Goodbye, $2,200, and if the bird gets messed up. Not only is that drone gone, but if that bird gets messed up, welcome another fine, my friend.
Yeah, I think it's like no, he did it, not me.
And then there's another thing is I don't know how many of these videos y'all see of flying over like geysers and stuff in Yellowstone, and I'm sorry, guess what? Flying over federal national parks is illegal.
So I live
may or may not get permission to do that.
So yeah, I live right by the Delaware River, and that's considered a national park, and I can't fly over it if I wanted to. You're per the guidelines, you cannot take off or land within that restricted airspace. People try to get around it where you can take off just outside of it and fly over it, but you're pushing the boundaries there
for the smaller ones. But I was thinking of flying over the castle in St. Augustine a couple weeks ago. Weather wasn't right for it anyway, but I probably could have got away with it. Yellowstone, Yosemite,
no. There's so much like anti-drone like features now too, where some of the customers that come into where I work, they're telling me about it. Where West Point, I live hour and a half from West Point. Someone was flying a drone, and once it got within a certain, like I think it was like a half a mile of West Point, it just shut down and landed. Yeah, it just shut down, landed.
So the technology is
Yeah,
Mhm.
technology is there. Got to be
'Cause
careful.
I've had situations where like you'll fly too close to like a uh airport runways,
Oh yeah.
landing area, and the drone will warn you typically, and it won't
Mhm.
let you go any further into
Yep.
that zone. So I never had to just shut down.
No, and especially when if you're gonna fly in those like Class G and other airspaces, yeah, you just got to apply for a LANC approval, which is just to keep. I won't say the whole acronym because I'm a little fuzzy right now, but it's just essentially you're asking the FAA, like the charting and FAA systems, like, hey, I just want to go up. You give it the parameters, this, that, and the other thing. Um, this is what I'm doing, and it can either automatically approve you, or it might, if it sees something, it could take a little bit longer for further review. But you can do it right from your phone. I have all the apps direct, like all in one folder on this. Where all right, I got my one app where I'm checking the weather, checking this, checking restricted areas. All right, I need to put in a LANC request. Just type it in real quick. Bada boom, bada boom. Hey, there we go.
Yep.
So what is the reasoning for not being able to fly over like national parks and shit? Because people can go in there and take pictures with their phones all that they
So-
want. So like, what's the big deal if you decide you want to take some pictures with a drone?
We also have to pay to get in, right?
No,
I don't know.
I've never. I've paid to park, but that's it.
I think it
Maybe for-
depends on the state
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
park or the
So
wherever you're at. But in Wisconsin, all the state
the-
places, like you didn't pay for shit.
City parks and things are different. Like
Yeah.
counties will have their own rules, cities will have their own rules, but national parks in particular are
So-
just generally off limits.
the biggest reason I've seen is, and that they outline, is harassment of wildlife. Because on these national park parcels or whatever, you can have endangered species of birds, and there's people that have done stupid things. If there's a rule against it, someone's obviously done something to enact that rule. Yeah, it's like it's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in.
Takes one to ruin it for everybody else.
Exactly. Hey, military logic.
I was about to say I learned that shit in the military, man. Takes one to ruin it for everybody.
And mass punishment, man.
I learned that as a middle child. Usually I was the one ruining it for everyone.
Well, that too. I'm also the middle child, so I understand what you mean there.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, man. Although that's a different topic, but I'm the favorite, so I got away with a lot of shit. But
There you go. Middle child's always the favorite.
yeah, my mom openly states it too. Like she doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, same.
Oh, good.
My sister will walk and be like, "Hey, mom, who's your favorite?" And she goes, "Colin." And she's like, "Thanks, mom." Poor little brother who I was shitting on earlier. He's not the favorite of anybody. My dad's favorite is my sister, and I'm the favorite of my mom, and he's just there. Poor
Maybe
guy.
he could be your favorite sibling.
He
There you
is.
go.
There you go.
You got to make him feel wanted.
Sorry,
Whether
sis.
or not it's true, you need to say it now.
Yeah, sorry, sis. If you're watching this in the future,
And he totally means that wholeheartedly. He's not just saying it because we put him on the spot.
I love them both, just not equally.
I was gonna say equally.
I actually had a question about drones and shit. Specifically with like movies and stuff. You're starting to see more drone footage in movies. I don't know if you guys have seen any of it, but I saw that ambulance movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and
Oh yeah.
and a lot of that was apparently drones, like all the outskirt footage as they're following the ambulance and shit. But they gotta have like the souped up like mega drones, right? Like not like the
So-
fucking drones that you guys would probably have.
Well, no.
No, so the ones they likely do it, that likely did that, correct me if I'm wrong, were the Enterprise series. But I believe they,
I can find
I
out.
believe, no, well, yeah, it's easy to say, it's easy to look up, but because the Enterprise series was the cinematic version compared to the Matrix series, which is more utilization, like utility value.
Right. The Enterprise series, I think, also they're not built with a camera already on them.
Yes, they're for the Enterprise, they're interchangeable.
Yeah, they're built specifically for whatever payload you're trying to.
They
to
used
carry.
FPV drones. Does that ring a bell? Is that super
Yeah,
broad?
well, No, the FPV
The
means it's
racing
the
drones.
yeah, yeah,
First
like I said,
person
Guy with
view.
the things on, they're like, "I got
Uh,
the shot, man."
oh, okay. First person view drones. Got it, with like a VR headset. Okay,
oh yeah,
I'm following. But what drone was used? That doesn't tell me what
There
drone
was
they
one
Yeah, no,
film, I
used.
can't remember what it's called, but they had actually used the drone to film everything, like even the land-based shots and everything.
The
Like, I'll
red
have to look up what
Komodo.
that was, but
Grand Komodo.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just saw
no,
it and read it out loud. It was an inside thought that became an outside thought. The movie Ambulance used the red Komodo drone.
It sounds
Red.
familiar. I gotta, yeah.
More
So
googling.
that's a camera. The red Komodo is a
Oh, yeah.
camera. It's a cinematic camera.
It's like $6,000.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
steep.
Yeah, so like the Matrix series I keep mentioning, one of those cameras that you can swap out cost is like $13,900 on top of the $15,000 you're paying for the drone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, it's
Granted, these movies have the fucking budgets to do it,
Yeah.
but like, fuck, man, that's a lot of money. I can't even imagine spending the money that you guys spent on your drones. I mean, it'd be cool to like have, but like, let's be honest. Like I said, I don't even know how to take pictures with my fucking camera. How am I going to take a picture with a drone? You know what I'm saying?
But that's part of the justification to my wife is, well, I can make money doing it.
yeah, exactly.
It'll pay for itself within a year.
That's the difference. Is you have a wife to justify it too. I just have a bank account that's severely
just
angry
grab
with
it.
me.
I feel that.
Reasonably angry.
My bank account gets
Holy
super
crap.
mad, super empty, very sad, coughing up dust.
He's already on his deathbed, everybody. Say goodbye to Senpai. This is his,
Say goodbye.
This is his last
Say goodbye to my
broadcast.
wallet, dude. That's how it is right now. Imagine if I get a drone. Game over, dude. I have enough hobbies.
No. You'll be rolling in it, man. Just gotta put that
You're
thing.
rolling in it. Rolling in.
I'll start using it to get my beer money.
There you
It'd
go.
be the next Peter McKinnon.
You'll be sleeping on my couch. just
I don't get
flying
that
thing
reference.
for beer. You're fine.
I don't
What,
get that reference.
Who? Peter McKinnon?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I'll send you. I'll send you his information. He posts a lot of like how to editing videos and from drones to photo editing and video editing. He's really phenomenal.
He's
I
a
learned a lot.
Canadian YouTuber.
Yeah. Yep.
The power of
he's a-
Google.
yes, exactly. There you go.
You and me both. Oh, he's got some Lightroom presets too. I might
Yep.
have to steal some of those or purchase them rather.
He's a cool dude. If you ever listen to his videos too.
Oh, well,
I
why
don't know where
not?
he is in that picture there. Looks like Iceland, but I want to be there.
I'm in the
I want
state of my
to take
life
to
where
Iceland with me. Let's go to Iceland. We'll take our drones, our cameras.
Go to Reykjavik. I believe that's the
Bro,
proper way to say it.
I don't even have a passport. How am I going to get to Iceland?
I don't
You
either.
have a passport.
We can borrow my dad's boat.
No, I never got deployed or did a TDY outside of the States, so I never needed a passport.
Well, they told us we needed one, but the places we ended up going to, like Japan and Korea, they're like, "Oh, your orders are your passport." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I just spent all this money on a passport, and I don't even need it. Thanks.
Oh, and the passport expires before I got out of the military? Thanks.
It's 10 years. 10 years.
Okay,
which,
so-
luckily,
Not for me, but I mean, like I would still have it after I got out, but I don't have any reason to get a passport for the foreseeable future.
I mean, hey, we're gonna go to what do you call it? We're gonna go to Tomorrowland in Belgium
Oh,
and party it up next year.
I heard Tomorrow Never Dies, dude. I think
All right.
I tried to make
that
a
wasn't
joke.
a great movie. That wasn't a great movie.
Okay,
No.
I tried to make a joke there. I
Yep.
would say I'd edit that out, but these are unedited, so
Look,
Right over my
Pierce
head.
Brosnan was not the best Bond. Let's let's leave it at that.
I see why your sister's the favorite now with your mother.
I'm getting that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the favorite with my mother.
Father, he's
Oh,
a
yeah,
big-
no. Yeah, with your father.
yeah.
That doesn't count. He's not in my life.
Because Dad probably actually properly judges Bond movies.
I'm gonna like respectfully disagree with you about who the best
But
Bond
you're-
is, though.
But you're making. I mean, look, there's how many Bond movies, and that's the one you chose to reference.
He said Tomorrowland. It made sense.
What about
No.
Day After Tomorrow? That's another movie. Less
Yeah, but
terrible.
That one wouldn't have.
I actually enjoy that one. I've watched that one several times. I don't care what people say. I like it.
Yeah, there may or may not be a hidden agenda, but I thought it was a very fun movie.
I have to
About,
respectfully disagree with you though.
Tomorrowland?
Pierce Brosnan is my favorite Bond.
You're kidding me. Are
I'm
you
not.
trying to start a fight with me right now? Is that what's happening?
I'm not. And you want to know why?
Whoa.
Do you want to know why?
Because he's the only one you ever knew? Because
No,
you grew up in the 90s?
I've seen every Bond movie, but growing up, yeah, he was the one I watched. It's
I don't think you
nostalgia.
have. If you're choosing him, I don't think you have.
Look, I wouldn't put him above Timothy Dalton.
I've seen like 3 Bond movies, so I'm just trying to start shit.
Success.
Yes.
Oh, he wants to prove it. He says, because I have the DVDs, I've clearly watched them all.
I have watched them all.
I have watched them all, man.
I don't know. Looks like the plastic's still on that thing.
Explain that.
Where's your DVD player? How do we know you could even watch it?
I have a whole Xbox and a PS5.
Yeah, if they're DVD, you can only play Blu-ray now, can't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're
that's
backwards
right.
compatible. Any Blu-ray
Backwards
player can play a
compatible,
DVD,
yeah.
dummy.
I'm sorry, I'm PC Master Race.
Pierce
so-
Brosnan's the best Bond. I will not hear otherwise. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. We're moving on. What about drones? You guys said something? Tomorrow Never Dies? Tomorrowland? What?
Yeah, there we go.
I just short-circuited his brain.
Well, actually, speaking of
I'm
Tomorrowland,
out. I'm gone. Bye.
speaking of Tomorrowland, in the recent set in July, they actually had I saw the footage of the drones doing the videos, and I was like, "Hey, I want to do that." And then I'm like, "Hey, I'd actually rather be down there partying."
Well,
And
Por qué no
have a
los
good
dos,
time.
my friend?
Oh, because you got to focus on the drone. Hard to party. And you're not
Well-
allowed to fly drunk.
Well,
No,
do your drones, and then when you're done for a little, like when you get all the stuff you want, then just start partying.
You're contracted from start to finish. It's a 24-hour. Well, it's a 72-hour festival for 2 weekends.
Okay, well the festival's
That's
72
busy.
hours,
That's
but that
work,
drone
man.
only lasts about an hour, from what I hear. So what are you gonna do for the other 23 hours of the day?
Charge your batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got time to party.
It's like-
This man is not letting up. He makes a
You know.
valid point.
I just want to party, dude. I like
They're like, "Listen,
partying.
you don't have to pay me. Just let me into the festival for free.
That would be super cool though, to actually like fly like drone and get like footage of like a whole festival going on.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
I would. Well, that's one of the things too. It's comes into flying over people. That's different country, different set of rules.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
actually some countries that, like Egypt, if you're caught flying in through customs, they take your drone. Adios, it's gone forever.
Fuck.
Them pharaohs got it on lockdown.
Yeah, you ain't finding out those pyramid secrets, man.
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Aliens don't want you to know.
Wait, so are you saying you
Illuminati.
can't take a drone into Egypt at all?
I believe that there's like a lot of the Middle Eastern countries. I think the UAE.
Y- Yeah, you got to consider these countries are. I mean, they're surveillance states. They're police states for the most part. A lot of them. They don't want you to have the freedom to fly and look at whatever you want. I'm sure there's secrets that they want to keep covered up. It's just like why the U.S. military isn't going to let you fly over the
Yeah.
bases and things.
Yeah, their army training facility, their army training
Yeah.
academy. Unless you have
Crazy.
specific authorization, but hey, who would have thunk?
Right.
It's funny though, you can't do that, but at the base I worked at, it was connected to a civilian airport. So you literally fly in and look at everybody working on jets just from your passenger window in the plane. Fucking
Look,
Delta
nobody said the
Southwest.
system was perfect.
There you go. Listen, good enough for thee, not for me.
But it is a completely different system between
Whatever.
obviously like real planes and fucking drones. So I get there would be
And
different
again, from country to
standards.
country,
And
yeah.
well, that too, for sure.
Well, at least to the U.S. standards, a drone is considered an aircraft. Like it doesn't matter how big, it's an aircraft. So
I mean,
Just
go
like
back.
Pedal boat is still a boat.
exactly.
You're saying
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but your face is saying that you're just saying that, and you
And
don't know for sure.
Some states require you to register your kayak.
Yep. Pennsylvania, I think, is one of them.
That's why I got
Florida
a
is too.
paddleboard. Get fucked.
Well,
The
since you
inflatable
said
ones,
that,
right?
Yep, I have
Under Armour
an
is better than
inflatable.
Adidas.
Well, what?
Under Armour is better than Adidas. Just have to point that out.
Under Armour's not good at anything. Literally.
I love Under
anything.
Armour.
I've seen every single James Bond movie. We're starting controversy. Dude, I actually want to touch back on the the bird thing though, because like, okay, obviously a fucking military aircraft is going a hell of a lot faster than your drone will ever go ever. And I've seen the damage that a fucking bird can do to a military aircraft firsthand. Kind of curious how much a bird would fuck up a drone if you're in sport mode and you're fucking zooming. Like, that thing's probably dead, right?
The issue is the bird can catch your drone and take it away.
Yes.
It's its pet now. Or its baby, I don't know.
Food
feed it to its babies.
Yeah, hope it doesn't get shocked.
Or hope it does.
If it takes your drone, I'd probably be hoping that it would, yeah, personally.
So, a lot of the videos I've seen, it's just how they come in for their attack on the prey. They swoop down, they strike it. They only have to stop one of the propellers, and it just free falls down.
Right, and most likely, I mean, they're not going to find a spot where they can grab it. They're not going to get struck by one of the props, and it's going to hurt. Yeah, I've got hit by. I mean, they hurt when they hit. They can leave a mark. So
yeah,
I'm gonna be down a huge YouTube rabbit hole of just drones and birds. And
I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to work tomorrow.
I'm gonna be awake way past my bedtime. Way past my bedtime. I'm just gonna be watching those videos, and then it's gonna be 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh crap, I need to go to sleep. Yeah, like shit.
Yeah,
well, not work, but physical therapy. Actually, same difference.
Yes, I mean, it's gonna snow here tomorrow, so I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be stuck inside all day anyway.
I'm so jealous of that. I really am. I want snow.
I want to get this. I want to get that big drone, so it's a little bit more weather resistant, weatherproof. So I want to fly it during these like snowstorms.
What did you say the brand was on that? Because I've seen one that was advertised.
DJI.
Oh, it is a DJI one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd seen another one. I don't remember the brand of it, but they were showing it landing in water and stuff. And
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, like you can attach like what are they? There's a certain thing. There's a name for it, but it's escaping my mind. It's like little buoys that you attach onto it, like the water planes.
You like the water planes? Yeah, they do have
skis.
Name. I don't know what it is.
Water skis.
Boat feet.
For drones?
Yeah. Yes. Why not?
So you can actually attach a claw and use. I think Amazon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
you're right. Amazon sells them. They're like $50. My brother wanted me to get one.
No, I mean like Amazon uses them for like certain things.
Uses them.
Yeah.
Aren't they starting like a drone delivery system, or was that just like a fake ad that I saw?
No, it was a beta thing. Yeah, I think I've seen like the test videos where it's like whoop, plop it down. But I've seen the videos too where it's like they release it too high and it. Oh, sorry, Amazon, you just broke my $500 freaking thing.
Starting in
television,
Lockford, California, back in June of this year, they were the beta, the first to receive Prime Air drone deliveries.
Yeah, it'd probably be 2050 by the time you even think about bringing it out towards me.
That is a logistic nightmare.
Yeah, fuck 2 day shipping. You're gonna get like 2-year shipping with that 1 hour fucking flight time.
Like we had to bring it back and replace the battery again. You just won't make it, sir. Just walk it over there.
That doesn't seem feasible.
So I mean, that's where I believe like the drone utilization itself is still in its infancy because there's so many applications for it. We're just not at that step. Like December 6th, or 5th. They created the first. The short is they created the first fusion reaction of first nuclear fusion reaction.
Oh, that's right.
Much smaller. Yeah, I'm so crazy about that right now. I love it, but that's a whole nother topic.
Which we will get to.
Yes, eventually.
I've watched every James Bond movie.
And I'm glad you have. I'm glad you dedicated your life to watching James Bond.
I'm not. Continue.
But have you read the books?
He's
Air Force. Of course they read.
That's the opposite of what I was going to say. I was about to say, look at me. Do I look like I fucking read? I probably read the best out of the fucking Creators Lounge mods, man. Let me tell you.
Listen, we ate crayons.
Sometimes
I ran out of crayons today
too.
Crazy, I know. Because like when you spell things wrong, it gives you a little red squiggly that tells you that you spelled them wrong.
But you push enter anyway.
Or you do the adult thing and you right click and be like, oh, it's not what I was trying to say, but hey, I'm going to hit that word anyway. That makes me sound fancy.
Mm-hmm. Or you
Oh.
right click it and click on the correct word, but don't remember like what it actually is, and so you misspell it again the next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like Cobra would what Cobra would do is like, all right, it looks like that. He's going to send it anyway because English is his second language.
And he's
I
gonna
don't
let
wanna
you.
make this
He's gonna
sound
let you
that
know
you
that it's his
know.
second language after he sends it. We love you, Cobra.
Yeah.
Hey,
We love you, Cobra.
we love you, Cobra. He's gonna be like, you guys made fun of me again. We're not making fun of you. We're
We're
poking
not
fun.
making fun of you. We're
We
I
are
didn't
not
even
making
bring it
fun
up,
of you.
man. I don't know.
Prez
Talk
is
to you.
making fun of
All
you.
right.
Whoa, pump the freaking brakes. I had to catch myself.
You can
Air
say the
Force.
fuck word here. It's fine.
Actually,
whoa,
according
whoa,
to you,
whoa.
well, no. According to YouTube updated terms and conditions that
Correct.
Cobra generously provided to us,
Indeed, he
you
did.
cannot say any profanity aside from hell and damn within the first 8 seconds of the video.
So I think we're good on that.
I
though.
think we're way
Yeah.
past the first 8 seconds.
Yeah, but we want to keep this a nice professional space. You fucking jerk off.
Fuck.
That really caught me off guard. I wasn't anywhere near ready for that one. Oh shit. Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was funny. God damn it.
Holy shit.
You got him. You got him in tears
Oh
now.
man.
No, here
I
he
just-
goes.
I just
Take a moment. It's all right.
I just wasn't
Yeah,
ready for
dude.
that. I wasn't.
Oh, I wish there was a
thought-
jump scare button on this.
we don't
Now
need
would
jump
be the
scares
time.
here, man. Y'all get me enough on my own stream, dog. It's
Yeah.
you guys got you got me good today. Prior to recording this podcast, I streamed and Prez got me real fucking good on the jump scare.
Well,
Then, man,
You were ignoring chat, so I had to get your attention.
y'all were talking about nonsense, and I was trying to figure out a puzzle, and none of you were helpful. So I needed to just ignore you for a little while and just figure out this puzzle.
How would you know if we weren't helpful if you weren't looking at chat?
I was
Valid point.
hoping that like we weren't gonna bring logic into this, and you were just gonna accept what I said and just move on with it.
I thought you're supposed to be Air Force and be smarter than us.
I was about to say, ladies and gentlemen, Air Force versus Marines.
Yeah.
Something's broken right now.
Something's broken.
There's a misconception that like Air Force people need to be, or that they are smart. I'm here to tell you that we're dumb. We're stupid.
Either smart or lucky. Sounds like you're the latter.
Oh, we might have to post this after I separate so I don't get got, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I won't name drop.
I will. Air Force.
No,
Space Force.
man. Space Force hashtag. I don't know your unit.
Space Force is gonna they're working on drones right now, right as we speak.
I
Did you
know.
guys know about that?
Oh, Space
No.
Force, really?
Tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us. I like how you did your homework on
He
that.
Googled it. He's like,
Tell
oh,
us.
God, I hope I'm not lying.
I don't know anything about it, but
Save me, Google.
I mean, I think I may be wrong. I thought I saw something with SpaceX or Elon working on some type of drone assets as well. If that's the case, Daddy Elon, hey, I'm right here.
You know what?
he's getting into
I think
drones too.
He's working on a new method of tweet delivery.
Hey, he's reinventing everything.
Tweet by drone. No, if you could integrate some of the AI that they've built into the Teslas into drone technology,
Oh,
that would be sick.
that's. I've been. I'll get flack for this, but I've been a big fanboy for years. More so with SpaceX side because
That's just
I
fucking
just-
cool.
yeah,
Because their
I've
rockets
watched all the
land
launches.
themselves from space.
So do you know why he calls it his Falcon rocket? Like how he named his Falcon rocket?
No.
He was
After
attacked by
the-
a falcon while thinking about
It
making
was
rockets.
attacked. His first rocket was taken by a bird of prey.
So he named it after the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
Okay.
Really is a big nerd, just like us.
Was that the whole story?
I'd say it was just a little tidbit of information, like how Senpai claims to have watched every freaking James Bond.
So I don't know anything about Elon Musk.
It's like
and like drones and stuff.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
there's a lot of articles about him, I guess, talking about making weaponized drones or something.
That's a topic for another time.
I don't
they
fucking
already
know.
have those.
Yeah.
He wants to make his own though.
I
Already a
mean, actually, yeah, because General Dynamics has, I believe they're the ones who make the Predator and the Reaper.
Yeah.
They're like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not sure if those were on your base, but
Ours? No. So my base had 15, 16s, A10s, 22s, 35s. I want to say they had the new C-130s.
30 rolling down the strip.
Yeah, we had the new versions of the C-130s as well. Then a couple of Hemina choppers, and yeah.
I've seen the ones that the government used, like the Predators and the Reapers up close, and they're just as big as your 15s and 16s.
They're not small.
No.
They are not small.
But
the base I work on is so huge. It's the biggest Air Force base, and so we actually have 2 complete units on the base.
Wait, I thought Osan was the bigger one. I don't know.
No,
I'm just a lowly little shithead.
and that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's not even including the firing range. Like we're the biggest Air Force
have a
base.
firing range on your Air Force base? Holy shnikes!
Like, I'm gonna shut up before I get arrested. So,
top secret information leaked through the creators lounge. We're gonna get shut down.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up before I get arrested.
They've got aliens there, don't they?
Yeah. It's like Area 51. Isn't Area 51
No, they
the Air
don't.
Force base?
They don't have any aliens.
He just gets.
I get swatted immediately. Like they bust my door down.
Gone.
We're not even broadcasting, and they know.
Guess that's a wrap, guys.
All right. Sayonara.
So Senpai is no longer affiliated with the Creators Lounge due to him being in a military prison.
How'd I end up in Cuba?
Cuba.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking though before I actually say something that I shouldn't say.
In Gitmo.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Guantanamo Bay.
Can anybody move on from this conversation, please?
Oh, I really want to cover though. No, we're good. So,
I've seen every James Bond movie.
So, Senpai, from an outsider looking in, what questions do you have for us?
I mean, I've pretty much asked him. I couldn't really come up with anything on the spot. That's why I wanted you guys to dive into it and talk about it, because I knew once you guys started talking about it, it would make these old cogwheels in my brain start churning and thinking of stuff. But I mean,
like, I think some of the biggest things is just like if people are interested in it, like if they want to reach out, or if this just encourage them and spark them to look deeper into it. I think it's a field that's still in its infancy. As I've said several times.
And there's so many applications for it.
So many.
So
like,
many.
We didn't even cover a fraction of what they're using it for. Like there's LiDAR, there's thermal imaging, there's like the really big words I can't say right now, but it like for agricultural and looking at how the crop health is doing, how the water saturation, this, that, and the other thing.
Yep.
It's pretty fucking incredible actually to just hear about all the shit that it can do. Truthfully. And it's super interesting. That's why, I mean, like I said, that's why I wanted you guys to talk about it, because you guys actually know what the fuck you're talking about.
Do we though?
I hope so.
You more than me. I'm here to learn from President.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm here for the people.
He's a real flyboy.
I told MilkMan I wanted to talk about drones with you on the podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to be on there. Throw me on there."
Okay, cool.
I actually don't know if that's what happened or transpired, but
actually,
I don't remember what the fuck I did yesterday. So I don't know. I'll go scour through our endless chats in the Creators Lounge and figure it out.
Yeah,
but if I really care, which it truly doesn't matter, we're all here.
Oh yeah, like if people want to correct me on things too, it's like, listen, I'm not the end all be all. No, we're not anything of the sort. It's learn from each other. If you want to correct me on stuff, or I can help you if you have questions, so be it.
So I should say disclaimer: we're not subject matter experts. Should I say that?
Yep, we're not SMEs. You guys never use that in the Air Force, Mies?
I've never heard that in my life.
Okay, well, wow. Uh-oh,
What is this
Milkman's.
teleporting
No,
trick you're
sorry,
doing?
I was out of focus. It didn't want to fix itself, so I just had to do the thing.
You do the thing.
I'm
All right.
being super professional this time, so I just want to make sure y'all know that this is a very, very professional podcast
Because you're so
Where
professional.
whatsoever.
because I'm so professional.
Yeah.
What was that last comment? It made me think of something, and then it immediately left when I saw that my camera was out of focus.
That we're not subject matter experts, and yeah, if people, if anyone who's watching, they want to correct us, or if they have more questions, they can contact
Yeah.
the page.
And I would say, on our most recent podcast, Topher kind of pointed out one thing that's being self-taught
Yes,
is totally acceptable.
yes.
Obviously, except when it comes to things like licensing and stuff like that. But as far as gaining the know-how, dude, YouTube has the videos, Google has, the answers for what kind of drones and what kind of hardware does what. Obviously, there's people like Prez and I who are aficionados of flying things. Come talk to us, and if we don't know the answer, you know where we're gonna go? Google.
Dr. Google knows all.
Dr. Google knows all. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored by them. Columbia. I mean, if they want to throw me the PFG shirts, I love them.
Yeah, or DJI.
those.
We're not sponsored by them either. We just happen to like their hardware. So
Exactly. I'm not sponsored by Ghost either, but
I'm also not sponsored by Monster.
you kind of cut out there with
my
your
background
background.
censored it. My background's like, not gonna let that happen.
It's like 11 p.m. and y'all drinking energy drinks right now?
Oh yeah, this isn't my last one either. I'm gonna jump into some games.
I'm going to be up for
when we're
another
done
few more hours.
here. Yeah, me
'Cause
too.
I
I got new game modes to try out in Call of
Ooh.
Duty.
Oh, is that raid one?
Raid is there. It looks like you have to be good at the game to actually get access to it, though. So I may never play that.
I'm not sure what that means, so I'm going to have to log in to find out.
You have to have like set parties too, I think. They require like a set party of 3.
And you have to like win a certain amount of like other game modes to unlock it or something, or finish.
I don't know.
Particular mode.
So
Call of Duty's weird, man.
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't crash my system again.
Well,
It will.
5 times in
well,
an
the game
hour.
is super optimized, so I'm sure you'll have no
well,
I'm
problems.
not talking smack because I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun with it still. Aside from the crashes, I've been having so much more fun than
If
my
you haven't
previous
already
endeavors.
done the 20-something gig download for the update, then
Wait, what?
yeah, there's a pretty big update. Mid-season.
All right. Is there anything you guys would
Yeah.
like to say to wrap this up, since we're talking about Call of Duty now? Is there anything you guys would like to finish out the podcast with?
Check out Mr. President. What is it again? Mr. President.
Mr. President streaming.
No, the other one. The other
Wait.
one.
Oh, my business name?
Yeah, your business name.
It's Presidential Solutions.
Presidential Solutions. Yeah.
Yes. There's a little bit history into that, which when I was in the Marine Corps and I decided to capitalize off it, I won't get too into the weeds with that. But yeah, it was that's mine. Milkman over here has showcased his as well.
Yeah, he's got his plug up there.
All right. Yeah, so before I give my outro, do you have anything to finish up with, Milkman?
If you've ever thought about flying a drone, do it. If you want to talk to anybody about it, talk to us. Check out Google.
Yeah.
That's it. And check out Cobb Aerial Images while you're at it.
So yeah, for myself, like if you want to check out some of my recreational photos, videos, is Presidential Solutions on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Also with the Creators Lounge, we do everything. If this is your first time tuning in, we have everything from gaming videos, gaming topics, to streaming, to drone photography and videos. I'm honored to be a part of this, be invited by Milkman himself, and it's getting great because it's not just focusing on content creation. You're doing everything from learning just to expand your knowledge in the new world and you networking everything. That could have been better said, but I put myself on the spot. So
I like it.
hashtag Creators Lounge is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, we got
Ask
a
questions, join it.
we got a little bit about a lot of different things. If you guys are curious about either of their content or anything else, all the links will be down below, including my stuff. I'm not a photographer. I'm not a drone guy. I'm just a streamer. So if you're more interested in the drone side, definitely check them out. But all the links will be down below for both MilkMan and Mr. President. So yeah, as always, have fun, be safe, and watch out for bears. See you guys.